Hello, everyone. Good morning from Australia. It is Bridget from the Art of Grace Publishing House, and I'm here to speak with another couple of authors from the Intuitive Knowing Her Truth book, which is out on Amazon. You can grab your copy. Ebook and paperback are both out at the moment. And I am so excited that we are live on Amazon Live. We're through Facebook, LinkedIn, the Binge TV network, and YouTube. So it is great. And I want to shout out my appreciation to our producer, Adaire Palmer, and mytimelivetv.com. So I would like to welcome today the first speaker who at the very last minute was able to join us, which is very exciting. So this is really going to be one that's off the cuff. And Pale is somebody who actually came to me very late into the book as well. She came in after the deadline for the submission of chapters, and she got her chapter done and contributed a brilliant story to our book. And I'd like to welcome her to join us today.
Thank you so much, Bridget. Thank you so much. I think last minute things just suit me somehow. What do you say about that, Bridget?
I think that it's true. I'm a last minute get jobs done person, and I think that that's where we fit so well together, and it's so good to be able to do that with somebody else. So thank you so much for your contribution to Intuitive Knowing Her Truth. Your story is one that really is, compelling for people to read. And I would like you to share just a little bit of the story that you shared in here and about where you're at now.
All right. So with the story, I would not really give out the whole story, Bridget, because I want people to read it. Yeah. You know, it's just one chapter per person. So I think it's worth taking out that time, because all of us have shared the part of our own life which we have struggled, and we've been able to, come out of that trauma in our life with our faith in our soul, in the universe, in our intuition. And I think that with our stories, we are trying to tell people that trusting in your intuition is the best thing you can do if you want your life to flow in a rhythm. So, we all go through troubles in our life in different ways, in different areas of our life. But our inner GPS system, which is the intuition that the God or the universe has given us that power to believe what is right and what is wrong. Even if things are happening at the last minute and your intuition is saying to go for it, I think it's worth trusting that intuitive power that we have within. So
I would totally agree with you. Please forgive me for being a little distracted. I'm just trying to log into the Amazon Live. Amazon Live so that I can see the comments that come up over there. And I do encourage people to go watch this on Amazon Live. You can actually purchase the book while we're live on this live stream through Amazon Live. And you can comment over there. I just have to, it wouldn't let me I was already logged in, and then it signed me out just as we went live, of course. Isn't that always technology? Pale, though, I was listening to you, and I do agree with you. It's always that, and I think that women in particular are really bad at trusting themselves. Along the way somewhere, we lose that trust in ourselves. And I'm not sure, for everybody, it's not exactly the same way. But yes, particularly when people become mothers, when women become mothers, they lose themselves in some respect and lose that trust in themselves and start to give their power away to others and listen to everything that somebody else says because they're the expert, you're not the expert. So I love that you say, we all need to really trust that inner knowing and that intuitive self. So, thank you for sharing that. Can you tell me what work are you doing in the world now? You travel to Canberra quite a bit, which is quite close to me. So
yes, I actually love traveling, and I'm so happy that everything is open now. So traveling in terms of, I love meeting new people, Bridget. I think it's just a part of my personality. I love meeting new people. And the frequency that you're vibrating on, you meet people like you, right? So, and I so believe in it, and I'm like so happy in life right now, that happy, excited, grateful. So, I'm vibrating at a very good frequency. I'm very, very happy, and I think that's the light, that's the happiness that I want to spread in the world as well. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. That's what I truly believe in. And like you said, with women, yes, being a woman myself, being a mother of 3 kids myself, I know, yes, down the line, yes, we do lose ourselves somewhere in being a mother, being a wife, doing stuff for the house, for the kids, for the husband. And as soon as you realize that that you've lost you, that's the time to wake up. And and it's such a big like aha moment when oh, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? I'm just trying to fill everybody's cup without filling myself up first.
Yeah.
So what I've learned in my journey is that never pour from an empty cup, because then you end up in disaster, and then no one can help you out.
That is so true. It's something that I think that we forget to do, and I mean, even I'm guilty of this, that I will still go into that pattern if I'm not conscious enough about what I'm doing. So yeah, filling your own cup first is really important. What would be your greatest tip for people to connect to their intuition, Payal?
I think the greatest tip that I have is to calm down. To calm down. Everything will fall into place. Trust me, have patience. We all are getting very impatient these days, especially with the technology. Everything is just like at the fingertips. We do not have time for anything. We're not giving time for anything. Whether it's relationships, whether it's ourselves, whether it's a task that we're getting done, whether it's with kids, Bridget, we need to slow down. Especially for women, it's for everybody, but especially for women, because it's in our head that we are running. So because we are running in the head, so no matter whether we are running physically or not, we are mentally tired and exhausted and angry and anxious and impatient with everyone around us, because we want things to be done like that. Instant gratification. We need to get rid of that. The only way you can get in touch with your intuition is to slow down. You need to slow down. Have faith that everything will fall into place. Whether it's your career, whether it's anything you want to get done, whether it's your relationship, whether it's kids, whether it's anything, just fit that into anything in your life, any area of your life. So what I do is, Bridget, I have figured out a few formulas which just fit into everywhere. Like, if you know that formula, you can just fit it everywhere. It's like a universal thing.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying slowing down, and you understand what slowing down means, just apply it in any area of your life. And trust me, magic will happen. Magic. Because the more you are settled, the more clearer you are in thinking, the more patient you are in receiving. Right? So intuition is all about receiving the guidance. So you cannot receive guidance in a chaos, because the intuition, the universal signs are always flowing to you. Always. Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive? You will only receive signals when you are still and oh, okay, this is what is happening. This is what I'm receiving. This is what I need to do. So the moment you're cut from your intuition, trust me, Bridget, you're not going the right way. You might go a little far, but then you're stuck because you did not take the right path. Haste is waste. And just look around and see. Everyone is in a rush.
Yeah.
Look at the roads. Look at the shopping centers. Like, people do not have patience, like just for the fraction of a second, I'm telling you these days. We all are losing connection with ourselves. My biggest contribution with this book, Bridget, Intuitive, is to tell people to trust your intuition. Big time. Big time. It's inbuilt. You cannot go wrong with it. You cannot go wrong with it. It is guiding you every single moment of your life. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just speaking just for like just to speak something. I'm speaking from experience. No matter what people are around you are saying, they don't know what your journey is.
Yeah.
We are not supposed to take advice from people who have no clue of what we are thinking and what we are doing. Sometimes we want that acknowledgement. Sometimes we want a confirmation from other people around us. Are we doing the correct thing? Should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? You know, but are we taking the advice from people who are vibrating at our frequency or lower than us? Because if we are taking advice from someone who is vibrating lower than us, they're going to say, no, 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 you can't do it. Or no, this is wrong. Or, you know, don't go that way. Or, you know, they'll just show us pictures that will put us into so much fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you are trusting your intuition, you will have no fear. That's one sign that you do not want any confirmation. You already have the confirmation from the universe. You have so much clarity. You have so much light. I don't know, like it happens to me all the time. So, and that's what I help people in. Trusting your intuition and then manifesting whatever you want in life. You can manifest anything you want in life. The universe is full of abundance. We do not have to be in competition with any person, people, place. No competition. You're not in competition with anybody. You're just in competition with your own self. Just make sure that you are a better person than you were yesterday. Keep working on yourself. It's your journey. Run in your own lane. Be happy for other people. If they are achieving something, be happy for them.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, if you start applying these little things in your daily life, Bridget, your life would be so much smoother, so beautiful. You would look forward for the day. You would look forward for the coming years. You would be a happy person, and people would want to be around you.
This is so true. I'll go back to the beginning where you said you need to slow down, calm down. I did a training this week that was all about slowing down to speed up and really trusting yourself so that those, the universal help that you are, that we all are able to access can come in. And, you know, my business is getting bigger and I feel like I'm doing less. And it's because I slow down for it to speed up. Taking that time away and doing something that I want to do for myself or for my family or for my children. It's, you know, those times are the times where things seem to flourish in my business. And it's that slowing down to speed up. You also mentioned another point I wanted to talk about, and now I can't remember what it is. You said so much. If I could take notes, I would have taken notes. That was beautiful, Payal. Thank you so much for sharing all that for everyone's benefit.
Yes,
Payal, tell me, when you move from that trusting your intuition into manifesting, is the link still there between your intuition and your manifesting in what you teach?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Everything is linked. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. Inside us, outside us, we are a mirror what we see in the universe. It's you in reverse. So universe, you in reverse. So what you are seeing outside of you, the people you're meeting, the situations that are coming in your life, the lessons that you are supposed to learn, the way that you should be growing as a person, the way that you should be up leveling your spiritual journey, everything is connected. Everything is connected. Your intuition tells you what you are supposed to manifest.
Yeah.
It's all connected. So anything that you wish to manifest, it comes to you, a thought comes to you, guidance comes to you, and then you trust your intuition. What is the next step that I need to take?
I love that. It's just about the next step, isn't it? Don't get too far ahead of yourself.
It's it's just like, the universe will show you a light where you can see, like, 100 meters, 200 meters, and you take that step. And once you take that step, then another 100 and 200 meters would be shown to you. So, you know a bigger picture, you have a bigger goal, but you need to take small steps.
Yeah.
Don't get too anxious. Enjoy the journey. Don't run after things. Don't run after things. It's good to manifest. It's good to acquire stuff that's there in the material world, but don't let it burden you. Don't get so exhausted and so tense with reaching that goal that you stop enjoying the journey of going there.
Yeah.
We have to enjoy the present moment. We have to enjoy what we are doing right now with the people around us, with the situations that are there right now with us. And then along with that, we, manifest bigger things, taking everyone along. So it's not that you lose and I win. No. You win and I win.
That's right.
If you lose, I lose too. Let's say, we all are made from the same divine matter. Right, Bridget?
Yes.
Your heart works the same way that my heart works, right? My blood flows the same way that your blood flows, right? What is different? Just the color of the skin. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
We all are made from the same divine matter. We all are brothers and sisters. We are like big family.
Yes.
Right? So if you cannot be happy for your sister if she's doing something well in life, then you have to watch where you're going. Because you're jealous, you're comparing yourself, you're sad, you're depressed, you are competing with her. No. You have to be happy for her.
That's
right. And if you don't know something, go and learn from her. So if you are doing well in life, I would be happy for you. And I would be grateful that I have you in my life to look upon. I can get inspired from you, or I can get jealous from you. Right?
That's right.
I have an option.
Yeah.
We all are connected on this whole planet. I won't say country. The whole planet, Bridget. We are one universal consciousness. Right? And if we understand that, the world would be such a beautiful place to stay in. Trust me.
Yeah. I agree. You brought it up again about competing. So it's competition that I wanted to ask you about. So I'm totally in a collaboration is where it's at for me with business, with life. Being able to collaborate with other women is one of the reasons that I wanted to start the publishing house. And collaborations are a beautiful way to lift the energy collectively. Because you've got a group of people who are working towards the same thing. And even if it's only two people, those two people raise the vibration when they're working collaboratively. Just like Adaire and I working collaboratively on this Authors in the Spotlight. It's a great way to do a collaboration. And I think that that's, no competition is necessary. And that's such a masculine way. And what I was used to and what a lot of people were used to in the corporate world. And I think that we need to let that go and bring in collaboration and allow each other to have those joyful moments. And like you said, and Adaire has also said, thank you, Payal, for sharing your valuable insights. I particularly love the way you encourage us to enjoy the journey. It is really important that we do enjoy the journey and we do take that time to be present in those moments along the way and not just go for that end goal and think, oh, how do I get there? How do I get there? And make it fast. It's slowing down to speed up. It all works together, like we were saying before.
It works together. And the more settled you are, you would have a very clear next step. You would have a very clear vision of what the next step should be. And then you are excited and then you are looking forward for it. And then your speed automatically increases, Bridget.
That's right, it does.
So, when you slow down to speed up, like you're saying, when you slow down, you have clarity. When you have clarity, you can go from point A to point B with that speed.
That is so true. That is so true. I want to thank Kylie is watching with us. Thanks for watching, Kylie. It's great to have you here. If you have any questions, please do go ahead and ask. And Adaire has said, don't compete, collaborate. Everyone wins. It's a pleasure collaborating with you, Bridget. Oh, thank you. So pop on over to Amazon Live. You can grab your book over there. It is available in both paperback and ebook. And I really encourage you to grab a copy and read Pale, along with the other authors, their books, and you're able to do that through the Amazon Live. Now, as Pale joined us so late, her photo doesn't appear in our little promo there, but she is here, and I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, if you grab your copy and you have questions, there is contact details in there for all of the authors. So if something raises your interest and you want to explore that further, do get in touch with the authors that way. Payal, tell me what's next for you. What are you up to, and what can people, how can people meet you and see you and get to know you more?
Bridget, currently I'm working on a course where I'm creating 2 courses at the moment. So, you remember when we first had the interview, I told you that I'm creating a course on relationships.
Yes.
At that time. But then when I was creating that course, Bridget, I felt that I need to do something bigger than this course that I'm creating. So I was thinking at a level where when I was creating it, I felt that I can go a little bit more deeper into the course. So I changed the course from relationships to I'm building a course where I can teach people how to be more self-aware. How can they create more abundance in life? How can they manifest, all those kind of things, and also creating conscious leaders in the coming times. So we have leaders at the moment, but we don't have conscious leaders. They're not in touch with their own self. So the decisions that they're taking and the vision that they have sometimes doesn't do justice to what needs to be done on the position of a leader. So yes, so I'm creating a course. It's taking a little bit time for me because I'm the only one who's brainstorming on it. I'm not taking any help because I'm just doing it with the intuitive guidance again.
Yeah,
it's just worked so well for me, Bridget, that I don't want to take any extra inputs unless and until I feel that there's a need for it. Of course, for marketing and stuff, I need people for that. But for the course, because it's coming to me through the universe, I first want to write down whatever's coming and create it, and then see if I want, anything added or deleted, or before I release the course in the market. So yes, I'm just working on that course at the moment. I'm doing one-on-one coachings anyways. Also coming up with my workshops next year because everything's opened. So a lot of things, a lot of wisdom that I want to share with people, and people who are on a transformational journey, people who are thinking that, oh no, I need to upgrade myself, but what do I need to do? So this course is for them. Who want to upgrade themselves, who have the awareness that yes, there's something more, something bigger to their life, bigger purpose to their life, or also they are feeling stuck but they don't know what to do. All these kind of things can be sorted out when you do the course. You'll have a clearer vision after you finish the course that, oh, okay, I was here and now this is what I need to do to up level myself. So basically up-leveling yourself at many levels: mental level, spiritual level, emotional level, and physical level as well.
Yeah, and that's important too, because I think that some people think that if they fix one part of their life or they fix their mindset, then they're going to be good. And it's not. It's the whole. You've got to encompass the whole of yourself, don't you?
Correct. It's just like, Bridget, how in the car there are 4 wheels.
Yes.
All the 4 wheels have to be in alignment. One wheel just setting one wheel would not do anything. You would not have a smooth ride of the life, right?
Yeah.
So if we think that, you know, we are the driver and we are driving this car, all the four wheels, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, all four wheels have to be aligned.
That's right.
Just mindset would take you somewhere, but it won't take you far. You'll still be stuck.
That's right. That is so true. It's something that I think that people forget is that I love that analogy too. The four wheels need to be in alignment. It's like your four pillars of yourself need to be in alignment. And it's that forgetting again. Well, like we said at the start of our chat today, you know, women often forget to take care of all parts of ourselves. And I think that for me, the hardest part is not allowing external people, external things to affect how I feel. And that's the hardest part for me. And I think that that's something that being aware of my biggest struggle really has helped me. And I think that that's something that you would highlight for people when they work with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So then they can, when it comes up for them, then you can help them to work through it.
That's correct. That's correct. The first thing is having awareness that you are stuck somewhere, Bridget. Sometimes people are so comfortable being uncomfortable that they don't realize that they need to move on.
Yeah.
How long are they going to stay in that rut or in that not good feeling space? How long? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, 20 years. How long do you want to stay there? If you're not happy, you need to do something about it.
Yeah.
So when I say you're not happy, means in any area of your life. If you're not happy, think what you are doing wrong or what you can do to make it better. So it all starts with self-awareness. All starts with understanding and accepting that, yes, I am stuck somewhere and I need to change it. And I have the capability to change it. And if I don't have the capability to change it myself, there's someone out there who can help.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is we're not good at asking for help. We need to get over that and start asking for more help.
Yes. Because asking for help, I think people have this self-limiting belief that they're weak or they're not doing it properly, or they just start, you know, blaming themselves, or if she can do it, why can't I do it? So instead of thinking, if she can do it, why can't I do it? Either take it in a positive way that if she can do it, let me do something that will up-level me as well. So do something about it.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and think, oh, you know, or sometimes some people think, oh, she can do it, but I can't.
That's right.
That's also, I see so many people, when I talk to them, they say, oh, maybe you can do it, but I can't.
Yeah. It's okay for you is what they usually.
It's okay for you. Maybe you're more intelligent, you're more, you know, whatever, brave enough, but I am not. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't stay in a dark place, people. Please don't. Life is not supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be happy and light and love and laughter. That is what life has to be. The true meaning of life. Don't stay in a dark place. You're not supposed to be there.
That's right. You're not supposed to be there. That's a
You're
beautiful
not supposed to be there. Light a candle or light yourself. Do something. Do something.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there. It's not worth wasting this precious life.
That's so
beautiful. True. Life is beautiful, beautiful. Doesn't matter what you're going through.
Yeah.
Financial, mental, anything can be fought with the right alignment.
I love it. Thank you so much, Payal, for your wisdom today, for your thoughts and sharing where you're up to in your life. I'm so grateful that you were able to make it last minute.
Thank you so much, Bridget.
I look forward to hearing what people think of your story. You can pop on over to Amazon and purchase your copy. And Payal's story is one of the 28 stories in the book. And we look forward to hearing from you what you thought. You can contact Payal through the links in here. She will pop them into the comments so that you can get in touch with her and talk to her more. Thank you so much, Pale. It's been wonderful.
Thank you so much, Bridget. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your collaboration and your trust in me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. It is so lovely to catch up with all the authors from Intuitive, because this book was published initially in March 2020, the beginning of this year, so really early this year. And, you know, the last author that we're going to talk to today, last but not least, is one that she brings a calmness to the room when she comes in, and she is such a delightful person to be around. When Pale was talking about energy, I'm often reminded of people who come into my life, like Pale, who lights up the room, and like Melissa, who just makes everybody instantly feel calmer and welcome in her space. It is a really nice time to introduce Melissa, and I'm going to just read what she shared in her about the author and check in with her to see if she's still in the same place. And there is something very exciting that she has just started that I want to share with you. Melissa is an energy healer, channel, and writer. Her mentorship allows empaths and heart-centered leaders embody self-trust, freedom, and pleasure through energy healing and channeling. Her grounded, warm energy creates a sacred space for honest transformation. She channels the precise remedies your soul craves and has a gift for applying spiritual and energetic principles into tangible practices. Melissa finds joy in many simple pleasures: breathing in fresh air while hiking, the soft sounds on a quiet beach day, the freedom of dancing while cooking, and losing track of time in deep conversation, all things spiritual and self-development. I want to welcome Melissa for joining us today and thank her for being here. And I hope her video comes on. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. It's so wonderful to see you.
Thank you for having me. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, perfectly. Okay, thank
you.
Beautiful.
It's such a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time, hasn't it? It has. Melissa, really exciting news in your world, and it goes back to what Pale was talking about, that there is no competition and that we need to be happy for one another. And I feel that true joy in my heart, especially when I saw that you have started a publishing company. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time, and then I received the intuitive guidance that the time is now. So I'm just so excited. I truly am. And to speak to the competition piece, I think as women, we are, and I grew up playing competitive sports. So the idea of competition, there's this element of working together, but also that you're against other people. You're working against other people. And that's something I've been deconstructing in entrepreneurship as a whole, because we all get to shine. We all get to thrive. We all get to support each other. And even if we both have publishing companies, right? We're still speaking to different people. We're attracting different people. We're offering different experiences within these book projects. And so your ideal and perfect client may not be mine, and vice versa. And that's so beautiful, because we get to create these transformational and really beautiful spaces for more people by both doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's so true. And it's something that, you know, my goal when I started, one of the goals and reasons behind starting the Art of Grace Publishing House was because I want to share women's stories, create another platform for them to share their stories, to have a voice, because a lot of women don't have a voice, and being able to leave that legacy in the world is a beautiful thing. I can see the ripple effect of those stories going out into the world. I feel it intuitively, and sometimes I receive messages from people who've read stories in the book and thank me as the publisher for bringing it to life. And, you know, that's heart expansive stuff. And I can't imagine there not being, you know, thousands of publishers doing the same thing, giving people the opportunity to share their story so that ripple effect can go out into the world. Adaire has said, congratulations, Melissa. That is very exciting. And there is plenty for everyone. No one person could possibly serve everyone. It's like lighting a candle. Such a beautiful way to put it, Adaire. Thank you. Melissa, tell us, what is the name of your publishing company?
The name of my publishing company is Cardinal Publishing, and this is actually, it's just a sign and a symbol related to my grandfather, who was a big part of me even participating in intuitive, knowing her truth. And so when I was asking the universe for the name, and I just kept seeing cardinals, and it's like not even the season for cardinals where I live. So it all just kind of clicked.
That is beautiful. Yours is attached to your grandfather. Mine is attached to my grandparents. It's a beautiful story. I love it. That is so lovely. Melissa, the book Intuitive, Knowing Her Truth is available on Amazon. You can grab a paperback or you can grab the ebook. The link is in the comments and you can just pop on over there. You can watch us through Amazon Live. You can go over there and watch us and comment over there. If you have an Amazon account, you can join an Amazon Live over there and you can watch previous shows that Adaire has published. There's many of them. She's doing a wonderful job on Amazon Live. So some great insights on Amazon Live for you to go see. Can you share with us a little about the story that you shared into Intuitive, Knowing Her Truth?
Yeah, so the past few years have really been this coming home to myself and learning to trust myself and learning to trust the intuitive guidance that I do receive. And so the beginning part of the chapter is about guidance that I received that I hesitated on, I questioned, I got into my rational mind and I was like, does this make sense? Is this the right way to go? Is this the best, right?
Yeah.
Immediately, that's like the first sign that you've left your body, you've left your intuitive knowing, and you're coming at it from the rational, logical mind. And so how do we come back into the body? This is the second half of the chapter. How do we come back into the body, create this spaciousness, and really listen to what's trying to come through to us? And it can be nuanced, and it is nuanced for everybody, but I just offered a starting point so people can really start to come back to themselves and the wisdom and the guidance that is inherently within them. And it's just a matter of practicing that trust muscle, because I think we are inherently so trusting, so wise, so knowledgeable in terms of just knowing ourselves, but we're conditioned to do the opposite. And so how do we then decondition that to come back to ourselves and our wisdom?
I love that. You say that, you know, it's that knowing yourself and trusting yourself. I take it right back to babies. So my niece, who has just had a baby, when she was a baby, for, I think, you know, like when she was supposed to be talking, she wasn't talking. Her older two siblings were talking for her all the time. They knew what she wanted. They knew what she was pointing at. They would talk for her all the time. And there was all these outside people saying, oh, she needs to go to speech pathology. She needs to do this. She needs to do that. You know, there's something wrong there. And her mother was like, she'll talk when she's ready. Her mother just sat in her power with that. And when she talked, she didn't stop talking. It was like, you know, it was like a day the switch flicked and she was like, well, I'm ready to talk now. This is my time. And, you know, she just didn't stop talking. She knew how to talk, and she was probably talking to her siblings on the quiet, perhaps. I'm not sure. But, yeah, her mum was standing in her power and that knowing and that trust. And, you know, now she's become a mother herself. I told her about that story and she said, that is so good to know, because she said, you know, people have already started saying with her baby, oh, have they hit this milestone? Have they hit the milestone? You know, so it's that trust in yourself. You have right from the word go when you're born. You know, we all have it. And a baby doesn't learn to walk by standing up and walking one go. They've got to fall down and get back up, and fall down and get back up, and, you know, hit their head. And there's so many things that can happen, but they never give up. And that's what we need to do as adults too, is put that full trust in ourselves that although we may fall down, we will continue to get back up. And that ability to do so is having trust in yourself that this is part of the journey. You are an empath, and this is something that you really opened my eyes to. Empathic people, is that how I say it? I don't know if that's not the right term. People who are empaths, because I've met a lot of people who say that they are empaths, and when I met you, it was almost like I thought that you were shy, you were reserved, you were not wanting to be present. And then I really researched into empaths because of you, and I think that it's something that has given me a great understanding of how it can be to be an empath in the world, because it can be really hard for you.
Yeah, it can be, especially if you don't have energetic boundaries or you're not aware of your empathic nature. I think most empaths are, but they might not have the words for it or the community around them that honors and respects that. Yeah. About that. And so just generally, like, empaths are very, very sensitive to energy, the energy around them, right? So you could be sitting at a busy cafe, one person walks in and you can sense the shift in energy in that whole space. Or specifically for me, I can tell when, you know, you were to say something and you don't believe it, you're not 100% behind it. I can tell when you're speaking out of integrity with, not you specifically, like the general you. When people are speaking out of integrity with their heart and their soul, because it's just, and I've said this to clients before, it's like my first language was energy. And I think this is true for everybody, whether or not you want to accept that or recognize that. And so we just speak the language of energy so strongly. And so I remember at the beginning, like when I first, when I was joining this book project and you tagged me on Facebook, I didn't want to be seen in that, you know, like I didn't allow it on my timeline. And I think part of that was a visibility thing, right? I didn't feel safe in being seen and being part of all of that energy, because I'm just trying to, you know, figure out my own, regulate my own, have my own boundaries and things. So I don't know if that's specifically what you were speaking to, but that's the thing that comes to mind. Like, and did a total 180. I'm so different. I'm like, celebrate me all you want, you know, now. But then it was like really overwhelming. And so just noticing, like, who does your energy, like, who are you around when your energy feels really vibrant? Like, just being sensitive and curious about your energy body.
Yeah, I think that it was a number of things. You know, you did send me a message once and said, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm not sure where I'm at. And, you know, and that was when I really started to explore what is an empath. And because I've got friends who say that they're empaths, but, you know, it was nothing to the degree of you, and I could feel something that was off, and I was like, okay, I've got to treat this person differently, and I need to learn more about empaths because clearly I didn't know enough. I think that you know, a lot of people can feel the energy shift in a room, but it's that usually it's only with people that they know, not with people that they don't know, and that's a really good distinction between an empath and a non-empath person. And I think that that's a really good way to describe that to people, is that, you know, it's energy first. And yes, I agree, we are all energy first, and that's probably our first language, but empaths have it on a whole nother level. It is something that I admire because, you know, it's a great tool to have in your toolkit, but having those boundaries. I remember once saying to Gillian, who is also in our book, Intuitive Knowing Her Truth, because she knew you before coming into the book, I said to her, is Melissa okay? And she said to me, yeah, she's fine. She's got very strict standards and boundaries of what you've got to honor. And I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense because that's what empaths do. So you do work with empaths as well, Melissa?
Yeah, I would say the majority of my clients are empaths, and the work is around empowering empaths and encouraging and healing the throat chakra specifically. Majority of empaths that I work with are soft spoken in a way that is not serving them, right? There's so much inside that they know and they feel and they want to express, but they might not feel safe to. And so it's just the healing journey of coming back to your power. And yes, boundaries are involved. Yes, communication is involved. Yes, energy hygiene is a huge one. But it's like taking all these pieces and bringing them together in a way that works for you and your community.
Yeah, I love that.
I learned a lot of that in real time through this book.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this is self-development 2.0. This is it really is.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to offer it to other people, because it's been so transformative for me. And to be able to hold this space for others as they experience this and are able to share their story. I mean, seriously, what is better?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. It's like getting high without having to do anything illegal. Adaire has asked, how do empaths deal with the craziness and fear in today's world? It's a great question.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things coming up for this. There's so many things that you can do. I would say first, like this is just blaring right now, limit your time watching the news if you do watch the news. So this speaks to like how much are you consuming from others versus what are you creating? And so trying to find that balance of consumption versus creation.
Yeah.
So that you're not just like being inundated, right? You're releasing this energy somehow. I would also encourage energy hygiene. So I'm not sure if that's a phrase everybody here is familiar with, but
no,
it's kind of like personal hygiene, right? Like when your hands get dirty, you wash your hands with soap and water. So how are you cleansing your energy body from all of that you're consuming? And so actually water is a really beautiful way to cleanse yourself. And so when I first got started in the world of, service-based work, I would take a very quick shower before and after every energy healing session because it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things you can do, you don't have to shower before and after everything, but that's what I knew I needed. And so it was getting in the shower and imagining like cleansing myself of everything I had picked up that day. So I was a clean and clear slate for this client, and then releasing all of that after. You can wash your hands, drink a glass of water. So intention and action, marrying those. And spending time with yourself. If you don't have a meditation practice or, a personal practice, it doesn't have to be meditation, but I think that's a great starting point. Spending more time within yourself so that I say meditation because meditation is a beautiful practice in observation and recognizing what is yours and what is not yours. And so as the world is so crazy and continues to be, you're able to kind of separate yourself from the crazy, come back to yourself and just, be you and focus on you, your community, your priorities versus being consumed by or like feel like your feet have sunk into all of what is going on.
Yeah, I love that. Adaire has said energy hygiene, keeping your energy clean. She loves it.
Yes.
It's a great way to describe it. Yeah. And then she, so Adaire lives on a boat. And for those who don't know, Adaire is our producer. She lives on a boat and she has said to clean her energy, she could go for a swim, which would be just out her back door, which is a great idea. Oh, dear. I love it. I love it. Over on Amazon, there's a really interesting topic. As an empath, I'd done it tough until I realized with help what was happening. I thought it was me and I was going mad. And that may be, that's probably a common thing that comes up for people when they don't actually know that they are, an empath.
Yeah, I think it speaks to overstimulation and consumption. I remember high school specifically. This was before I knew I was an empath, and you know, being in a closed space with a lot of people who have a lot of energy, it was like, it's like, where can I breathe? How can I just like be myself and focus on what I need to focus on? Because it can be a lot. So yeah, just coming back to yourself, starting to put yourself first, because empaths too are naturally very giving and concerned about other people. So how can you do one thing for yourself, you know, within the next hour?
Yeah, I love that. It's, you know, bringing it back to yourself, just like your intuition, trusting your own self in where you make your decisions and allowing yourself to step forward in your own life the way that suits you, not how it suits everybody else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Melissa, can you share with us what you've got going on right now? I know you've just started a publishing company, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
What do you have going on right now?
Yeah, so I have a few things going on. I have a program called Sixth Sense, and it's all about supporting people one-on-one. So it's an individual coaching container to develop their intuition, specifically trusting their intuition in business and allowing their spoken word, their outer voice, to be in alignment and integrity with their inner voice, with their intuition. Because that, like, when you lead with your intuition in business, like, watch out, world, because you're on fire and people notice it. And I can't tell you, like, it just, people notice it. So I love that work because, yeah. So I love that. Within the next 48 hours, I am releasing the title for the first book within Cardinal Publishing. And I am literally, I'm so excited. It's so good. So that will be launching early spring of next year.
So when you tell us the month, because Australia is not on the same time zone as you, and you will have international.
That's right. Yeah, I'm feeling it'll be April.
Yeah, great.
That's what I'm getting. We'll see, you know, what plays out, but April. And then I'll be running a group program most likely in February, specific to energy hygiene, boundaries, using your voice, speaking from the heart, emotional alchemy and emotional regulation, which is, I think, super, super important, key to all of this. So lots going on, but it's all good. And I was listening to your interview earlier, and it's like, yeah, I have more and more within my business, but it feels so fluid, so beautiful, so not effortless, because of course we put effort into it, but it's not like it's not like my former self would work, right? It's just like trusting the flow and what's coming up and receiving support. So it's beautiful.
I really do agree with that. I had two words. I pick words to anchor into each year, and I think I'm just going to keep these two for the rest of my life, because this year's been amazing. Ease and grace, and everything has felt easier and so much more graceful in everything that I do. And even when people, you know, there's always going to be somebody who's not happy with something that you do or not happy with something that you put out. And I've been gracious in receiving that feedback and, you know, diving into, well, what is that reflecting to me? And, you know, I wouldn't have done that before. Before, I probably would have got angry that they were upset or that they didn't like it or that, you know, they felt that way about it. But now it's more to do with the ease and grace, and that's slowing down to speed up. It's really made a big difference in my business. And yeah, like you said, there's still effort, but it's just so much easier to work that way.
Yeah. And I use words too. Sometimes they're year-long words, sometimes just for a season. But it's so beautiful because it tethers every action, every decision to your intention, because it can get so easy to get lost in, you know, the chaos of the world or whatever is happening in that moment. But when you tie it back to, okay, my words are ease and grace, how can I infuse that? How can I be that right now? It shifts everything.
It does. It really does. And that's, you know, it's powerful to do that. And it's not something that, I don't even think I chose it myself. I think it was divinely given to me, and it's the first time that I've accepted it that way. And yeah, it's been a wonderful year, and there's still a month and a bit to go. So yeah, it could get even more wonderful. Melissa, really looking forward to hearing what your title is, and I'll keep an eye on your socials to be able to see that. And I look forward to sharing that with others so that they can, you know, tap into your wisdom and the right people come your way as well. Thank you so much for being with me. Is there a way that is easy for people to get in touch with you other than grabbing their copy of the book over on Amazon Live and getting the ebook and or the paperback? And you can see the links in there for Melissa, and you're able to contact her through that way. Or how could they contact you, Melissa?
Yeah, definitely get your hands on a copy of that book, because I guarantee you at least one of those stories is going to move you. Yeah. And the best way to reach me is on Instagram. So my handle is @Melissa, my first name, and then Melrose with an underscore at the end. And so that's included in the book in how to contact me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us. It's great to catch up with you, and I look forward to seeing your new title come out.
Thank you, Bridget. Such a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks everyone for watching today. That was the last of the Intuitive Knowing Her Truth series, Author in the Spotlight. And next week, we will be welcoming the authors from Intuitive Speaking Her Truth. Both books are available on Amazon. You can grab your copy now. And we look forward to welcoming the authors in this book next week. And thank all of the authors from Intuitive Knowing Her Truth for being with us over the past weeks. You can watch all the replays through the link that is showing in Facebook, or is showing in Brigid Publisher, or on My Time Live TV in Facebook and on YouTube. And we look forward to sharing more authors with you in the coming months. Thank you so much, Adaire, for publishing the show. We really look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye, everyone. See you next week.